Hello, and this is our second video about the basic features of Onshape from the Onteacher. Today we're going to be focusing on the Revolve tool, which my mouse is now displayed on, and then next to it, the Sweep tool. And we're just going to, in these series of videos, we're going to work our way across this top panel here, looking at a number of different things that you can do. So, we've started with the Revolve, and we're going to use the tutorial today to make a teacup, coffee cup, mug, whichever you want. We want to have a look at the iterative design and show you how we can use CAD to make rapid changes to the design quickly and that iterative process. So we've got our left clicks in red and our right clicks in blue, and we're going to make a start. So like normal, the first thing we're going to do is click on sketch. So create a new sketch. It's asking me to select a sketch plane. It's there. It's also here. And I'm going to select the front. And then press that N key. Now, a lot of the time, you've seen me go and use a center rectangle, which is that one there. But for this one, we're going to use the corner rectangle. And we're going to make half. The way the Revolve works, it works by revolving a profile around a central axis. And there are different ways you can do this, and I did experiment just before whether to make the profile hollow in the sketch or do it as a shell later. The result for this tutorial was that the shell would be a better process. So from the center there, I'm going to click once to start drawing and click again to finish. I'll get two numbers turn up. My bottom one is going to be 42.5. and the top one is going to be 95. Now, I found these dimensions off a website for creating your own personalized mugs, so I'm hopeful that they're reasonably accurate. Once we've done that, we're going to press the tick. Now, if I view this in isometric, so we just click the drop down arrow over here on the right hand side and you can see isometric. I'll just leave my mouse on it for a second so you can just familiarize where it is. We can see we've got that square, or rectangle I should say, coming from the origin into this top right quadrant. So from here we then press revolve. And it's slightly different. We've got two option boxes. The first one says faces and sketching regions to revolve. So that will be sketch 1. The revolve axis, we can click on many things. We can use the make connector. But for ease on this, I'm just going to click on this line, and I'll get a cylinder. Now, there'll be some people probably thinking, well, I could have done that as an extrude, as a circle. Yes, you can. If you were just making a cylinder, a circle and an extrude is by far the easier way of doing it. But when we come to do some iteration to the design a bit later on in the tutorial, you'll see why the revolve is the correct feature for this tool. So I'm just going to press OK on that for the moment. I'm also just going to add a slight fillet, so the mouse is on the fillet there, to the bottom. So 28 is far too big. I'm just going to try 3. Just so we get that, maybe 5. Just so we get that slightly rounded bottom of our cup there. That's perfect. Now, I am going to shell this, but I'm going to do that later. What I want to do first is offset my plane to the right plane it's going to be, and we're going to offset it towards this edge. So to do that, we go to the plane tool, which is there. So my mouse is just on it there for you now. We're going to click the plane tool. We're going to click the entities. I'm going to click right, and you'll see it comes up 25. If I just press the front view there, you can see 25. Now I want to drag that out. We did 42.5. I'm going to set this to 41. So it's about 1.5, well, it's about, no, it is 1.5 millimeters in from the edge. So we'll just click back on isometric, so you can see this plane here. Now, the next tool we're going to look at is a sweep, and that works by first of all drawing a profile, and we'll do some iteration on that again afterwards. So the profile is the shape of the It's basically the outline shape that you want to follow a path. So I'm just going to press N, and I'm going to do a sketch. Sketch plane is going to be plane 1. And for ease, I'm going to use a center point circle, bring it over to the center here, and I'm just going to draw a circle, say at 10 millimeters to start with, and press the tick. Now, if I put that back into isometric, so just look where my mouse is now, it's hovering over that isometric button, you can just see that that circle is there. Now, we do a second sketch this time, and I click the front. So it's cutting through the center of that circle, press the N, so I can see my center of my circle is here, and I'm going to intersect it. So I'm actually going to use the Spline tool for this, and I'm going to click the center of that circle, come out a bit, and come round, and just create an open spline. This is the shape I want that circle to follow to create the handle for my mug or cup. So when I press the tick, we can see that there. You can see the circle, how it's intersecting it. And you then press the sweep tool. Now, we're going to be adding. And the first one says faces and sketch regions to sweep. So that is sketch 2. So that's highlighted. And the sweep path is sketch 3. And what will happen is the handle will apply to the mug. Now, to finish this off, I then go to shell and click on the top surface there, and I'd probably make it about 4 millimeters, maybe 5. If I do 5, you'll notice that the holes on the handle have closed up. If I increase that to 2.5, you'll see we've got holes, so it's shelled inside the handle as well. I'm just going to leave it at 5. For my cup, press the tick, and we've got a pretty standard cup. Now, there are a couple of things we can do to improve this. One of them being using the fillet tool, and we can click the top edge and put in a fillet of 1. So where it says radius, we click 1, and we click the inner edge there. And you'll put a radius of 1 on there. If it doesn't look big enough, we can go to 2 and press the tick. So we've got a radius on there, we've got the coffee cup there, but it does look kind of boring. And this is where I love CAD, because we can now go and be iterative. We can make some very quick changes to this. Now, just before I go on, I should point out I have got 2 not fully defined features here. So sketch 2 is the circle, and the reason that is not fully defined is because there is no dimension. So if I put a dimension in, so this is me going back and making a change, I click dimension, click the center of that, the bottom of that, it comes up at 84. I'm just going to make it 85, and it's gone black. And now you'll see it's just sketch 3. Now, we double click on sketch 3. Now, because this is a spline, it does make it slightly more difficult. But what I can do is just, I'll show you the difference. Time it's blue like this, I can start moving some of these points around. So any of these points and nodules, I can click and change. And as I do that, it changes. So that's why I've left that one blue intentionally. Now, before I mentioned about the difference between an extrude and a revolve, and this is why it's a bit more important. So I've got to look at these points here. If I go back to sketch 1, so I've just double clicked on that, and I delete, trim off this point here, I can then go in with the spline tool again, and I can set and create a shape to my cup, something completely different, and it will update. Now, the only issue we've got on this now is if you look, and this is the iterative point of it, this plane here, plane 2, is causing some issues. So if we go to plane 1, sorry, if I drag that in a bit more now, so let's take it down to 25, for instance, you'll see, just by moving that plane, it's now corrected that issue. Now, the reason sketch 2 is there is because these references are missing. So if I delete them, you just re-reference it to there, that will fix that sketch. And we've got this idea of this iterative design process. And again, sketch 1, I can sit and pick these points out, make it narrower, make it wider, move however I want my cut to look. It's going to change. And if I'm now looking at that thinking, well, my circle's too small, I can go and change my circle. And I can very quickly change these numbers, and I've got my iterative design process coming on. Now, the reason the shell has failed is because if we look at that, it can't get through this point. So we might have to take it down to a smaller number. Still going to have issues with that point. So that's where you go back, you look at your sketch 3, and can we move part of it in? Unless it updates. And there we go. And we can just keep on playing about with these different features, teaching you how to be a bit more iterative, how to design, and think about what you're doing. So I can put in the 5 there. That's going to work. I can then put in a fillet on these edges. And I've got my cut design. And it is as simple as just going back and changing your profiles for how you want something to look. And it just updates. So you can have a similar idea and you can be iterative, you can design different features of it, you can screen print them within minutes. I really hope that's been helpful. Thanks again for watching. I've been the Onteacher.